We have already discussed with you a similar topic about the love of a young girl and an older man, but today I want to tell you about the opposite side of the situation. You have thought about what a mature woman in age can catch a young guy. If in the situation with a rich old man and a young girl everything is clear, then what is the secret here? Have you also thought that money decides everything and it is easier for young men to raise their status by socializing with mature women? We asked a psychologist why young guys often seek relationships with mature women, and we were not surprised by the answer. Relationships where the woman is older than her chosen one, and sometimes much older, no one is surprised. Such couples meet more and more often. Such unions cause misunderstanding and a lot of questions. However, like any phenomenon that does not fit into the accepted social framework and norms. The reason why a man chooses to marry a companion younger than him by 10 to 15 years is obvious to the society and lies on the surface: young, beautiful, accepting his authority completely, because with a significant difference in age from the child-parent format of relations is unlikely to be able to retreat. And the motives for which men of different ages and social strata choose older women are not so obvious, although they are, it should be noted, quite a few. And what do you think? If there is such a big difference in age, is this love really? I want to tell you right away, such cases in psychology are not unique, and if men studied more detailed psychological facts, could immediately understand the man and his benefit, which he wants to extract. Even if to say a little about such a man who likes older women very much, the first psychological trauma comes from childhood. He did not receive the care from a parent, which now tries by all means to accept from mature women, but is it normal? On the one hand, no. And on the other, maybe it's really love and such a man has not met just an interesting woman in his life. We cannot say that such a guy is given out of pity. If you are wondering why young girls choose older men, you can watch this clip. And we move on and analyze the main reasons for such a love between a young guy and a mature woman. Of course, the most obvious sign is that a mature woman is confident. And you really can't argue with that. Confidence is known to be one of the strongest aphrodisiacs. It is acquired not at women's trainings of so-called personal growth, but through independence, both emotional and financial, and, of course, through achievements and overcoming difficulties. Mature women, as a rule, already have a little development in this direction due to life experience. Basic insecurity rather quickly nullifies all the advantages of young age, as it is expressed by jealousy, inability to control their emotions, self-centered position in relation to the partner. The financial side of the issue is also important, as there is nothing more offensive to the male ego, as the realization that the partner with him stays because of financial insecurity, and he is used as a purse. Although often men agree with this scenario, as a dependent person is easily manageable. Of course, not all women who have reached a certain age have managed to create a basic confidence in themselves, but, no matter how you look at it, they have a better chance even for the reasons I have mentioned. A grown woman is free. Inner freedom, or what is popularly called ease, is also achieved by creating basic self-confidence. It is this quality strongly attracts men and older women, the ability not to create problems in an empty place, blowing out of this large and complex dialogue on the raised tones with mutual recriminations, where the search for the culprit, as a rule, ends in even greater alienation and cooling partners to each other. The inner freedom has many more pluses, namely, the ability and desire to enjoy life, not hiding from the world and from themselves in complexes and fears. A mature woman knows how to sincerely rejoice. I will say that there are women, not all of course, who when receiving a gift from a man, and blame him, and the reasons may be different, not that gift, not so gave, I wanted to another. There is no pure and sincere gratitude. With certain life experience, a person realizes that no one owes anything to anyone in this life. An emotionally mature person not only realizes, but accepts it as an axiom, because his life experience tells him exactly that. This kind of realization removes a tremendous amount of owing, which leads to the ability to genuinely rejoice and thank your partner for what he or she does for you. Sincere gratitude increases the self-value of the person next to you, and this cannot be faked by pretending to be grateful for certain deeds done for you. Lack of gratitude sooner or later leads to the fact that the partner feels devalued, as well as all his actions once committed to you, which negatively affects the relationship. It's not the last, but one of the most compelling reasons why men choose older women: quality of intimacy. Many do not see the relationship between basic self-confidence and love, but it is and has been proven by dozens of different experiments, where couples building relationships based on confidence received more pleasure from intimacy with a partner. The quality and brightness of orgasms were an order of magnitude higher, and about the hormonal background, which affects libido in the most positive way, did not right except for the lazy. Inner freedom, the desire to receive pleasure and give it, coupled with knowledge of his body, the presence of experience and lack of complexes create intimacy of a completely different nature, which is extremely attractive, and the coincidence of temperaments only brings the partners together in a couple. If you set a goal, then in this list you can specify more than one reason why men choose older women, but in one way or another they would all be related either to self-confidence, the presence of life experience, or the quality of intimacy. Whatever the case may be, it's up to everyone to choose who they love and live with, but older women have clear and undeniable advantages over younger women. So, it's time for the dark psychological reasons, and the first one is the desire to obey. Yes, this is one of the motives for young men. Very often, grown-up established women do not tolerate a man taking the upper hand, and in this case, a young man who is willing to give the lead role to his woman plunges headlong into this relationship. It is comfortable for him to be in a subordinate position in a sense, and the woman does not share the steering wheel with her man. True, such unions do not hold too long. Have you ever met an introverted man in your life? Psychologists have conducted an interesting study, as a result of which they found out that introverted men are more prone to romances with older women. It would seem that what exactly attracts them? Specialists give this answer: introverted men more often prefer not just closeness, but also long, intimate conversations, and the young chosen one is not always ready for such discussions. In addition, an adult woman has already passed the stage of partying and prefers to spend evenings relatively quietly in the company of close friends and her man. The latter in this situation are eternally grateful to the woman. There is no need to force yourself to communicate with a large number of people at a party. It is a well-known fact that the peak of male desire is at the age of 20, while a woman reaches the peak of desire after about 35. It's no wonder that neither of them often do not work out with their peers. Among other things, women after 40 are confident in themselves and ready to pass this experience to a younger man. How can a highly charged young man resist such a vivid experience? What is the mindset of heterosexual men who like older women? The conventional wisdom is that men tend to prefer women younger than them. So it can be surprising to see younger men chasing older women. Well, all we can say is that conventional wisdom isn't always true. If an annual survey is to be believed, the number of young men who prefer older women can be as high as 60%. In fact, every teenager can tell you about a female professor he was in love with. Given the way some men talk about women, you wouldn't be wrong to assume that most men prefer to date women who are younger than them. However, relationships between younger men and older women are on the rise, as many men find older women attractive. Indeed, many people wonder, why does this happen, and am I attracted to older women? Let's delve into the psychology of relationships between older women and younger men, and look at the common characteristics commonly found among these men. Research shows that older women may be attracted to the stamina of younger men in bed with them. On the other hand, in relationships between younger men and older women, men with relatively less experience believe that a woman with more experience is more likely to fulfill their fantasies and even teach them a couple of useful tricks. Moreover, studies have shown that older women tend to be better at achieving pleasure than their younger counterparts. Such men tend to be mature and competent. If you're still wondering, why do young men like older women? Young men who enjoy dating mature women probably think such women are sexy. Studies have shown how and why men and women are attracted to mature women, and not surprisingly, maturity comes with age. Men look for partners who have experienced life more than they have, and they are also attracted to their competence on the personal and professional front. Thus, they believe that dating an older woman will increase their chances of finding such a mature partner. There are many reasons why a young man may be attracted to an emotionally mature older woman. Mature women know what they want to do in life and are not as restless as younger women because of their self-control. Older women are fun because there is less drama generated by jealousy in the relationship. Women at this age are more reliable and competent. A mature woman can teach a young man some things about the world. As surprising as it may sound, research indicates that men who find older women attractive are very supportive of women's actions and goals and are not afraid to upend traditional gender roles. These men are usually mature enough to recognize the fact that they are dating people who have their own preferences, interests, goals, and ambitions. They don't view their partners as people who exist solely to fulfill their needs. These confident men have absolutely no problem trusting their partner's judgment and doing everything they can to support them.